What's going on, everyone? It's another Nerd Informer episode, and today we have a couple topics. Definitely going to get into Book of Boba Fett and some facts, weird facts. We like to get into those, and some stuff about Mars, thoughts, opinions, and I think it's gonna be fucking awesome. So, what's going on, Ian?
Oh, just hanging out. Boba Fett. I like the episode. This week's episode was really good, I think.
Oh, I completely agree. Watching last week's episode, I was really upset by it. Only because it seemed like they made him kind of like weak in a way.
Yes.
I understand it. I understand it now. Going into it, I did see him in the pod again in the beginning of the episode.
Most of this episode takes place in the past.
Yeah.
Most of it. You have to assume they're building to something with this story of the sand people and stuff like that. It doesn't really. I mean, other than showing what happened after he got out of the worm guy, I don't really understand the point for it.
To show that
it's kind of showing him how, maybe it's showing like how he learned to fight. Maybe I don't know, but he was I don't
know. Well, he learned how. Oh, in the episode, he learned how to fight with the sand people.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about, or?
Yeah.
I gotta say, I really enjoyed watching all those scenes. Like,
I did too. I just don't understand where they're going with it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's really cool because if you notice we'll talk about it, but we'll talk about the whole episode. But if you notice in the end, I guess we can bring that up in the end, I guess. But other than that, how he almost died from the assassins, and he goes and they figures out it was the mayor or whoever it was.
Yes.
That guy was pretty badass considering he talks out of the side of his mouth.
Right.
Like the side of his face. But like they made him have a cool voice.
They've got he's got like a machine or whatever, and it translates.
Yeah.
It translates what he's saying.
I like that English. A lot.
Yeah, that was pretty cool how they did it.
And they use like the right voice for him because he sounds like he's gonna be a problem. Yes. Also with the fact like it's pretty much threatening him in a way. But that guy is fucking badass, like just badass looking, and you can tell there's definitely gonna be a pretty much like a war between them. And with the fucking it was far-fetched, but the fucking Jabba's like cousins. The twins, they call them.
That completely caught me by surprise, but I thought it was pretty awesome. That and the bad guy Wookiee, the new Wookiee, that
badass man.
Dude, he was badass.
Dude, he is like a fucking upgraded Chewbacca.
Yeah,
like armor and everything.
He looks like Han Solo if he was Chewbacca. You know what I mean? Like he was just dude, kind of like the Han Solo.
The fucking armor, the gun, dude. This thing, I was expecting like a huge fight right there between them.
Yeah,
not. I don't know how they would do it with him, but I would like to see them go at it.
But they made him seem they made Boba Fett seem like a little bit more of a badass in this episode. So I liked it because
100%.
Like at the end, he was, standing tall and like, listen, if you want it, you're gonna have to kill me. And
just how he pretty much just threatened them, and they weren't gonna do it there. Like it's I find it funny, like those huge like slugs, I'm gonna call them, like the twins, like they can't move fast. So that's why they're carried.
Well, they can't do anything.
No, except they're in power.
Right. Which is what I never really understood about Jabba the Hutt was he's not doing anything but eating. You know what I mean? Like
that's it.
Like he has command of all of these people, I guess, and he convinces them to fight for him.
Yeah,
but they had like 10 people carrying both of them,
and you could see them struggling in one of the scenes. And that
they talked about the first episode because they saw Boba Fett walking, and everybody's like, and the girl is tells them like Jabba the Hutt never walked, like they carried him, they wanted to carry Boba Fett, like that was the whole point, is that they thought that he should be carried to make it look like he's more in charge or whatever.
Yep. But he won't do that. He's fucking he's a man. He's gonna fucking walk himself.
Exactly. So he looks a little bit more like a badass in the episode.
I'm glad that he does that and not be carried, because then it's just like, you really got to be carried. You know what I mean? You got 2 feet.
When he goes and beats up the dudes in a bar and takes their
speeders. Oh yeah, dude, fucks them up.
That was awesome, dude. He beat up like, I don't know, 6 or 8 dudes, like biker. They're supposed to be like biker guys or whatever, biker gang.
Oh, it definitely was too. You can see like they have the jackets on and everything.
He goes in and just kicks their ass, takes their bikes, ties them all together, and drags them back to the sand people.
Dude.
And then he's teaching them how to ride the
fucking what are they called? They're
it's called skeeters or something, are they?
I can't remember the name for them.
The speeder bikes.
Yeah, the speeder bikes. That's what they are. Fucking awesome. Especially
they're trying to jump from bike to bike because he's teaching them how to jump on the train, because there's this big train that comes through, and like every time the train comes through, the people on the train just start shooting at all the sand people.
Dude, how they work together and how they started trusting them, dude.
Yes,
was so fucking awesome. And the sand people, like some of the ones, like the one all in black and shit, fucking badass, dude.
Yeah, he's a badass.
How he goes through the fucking train, dude, just fucks them all up, dude. That that was probably one of my favorite spots when they work together. I like that a lot. What are some other good scenes?
They don't show. I wish they would show time frames. Like they don't show time frames of, like we talked a little bit yesterday about like when he comes out of the Sarlacc and there was nobody around. Like, what's the time frame that he was in there? Did the worm go somewhere else, or did everybody, I don't know, leave and figured he was dead? And
see, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about that last night. Like, if anyone knows or wants to leave a comment in Apple or on YouTube, what I'm not understanding or why they did this is how I'm taking it. He got swallowed in the beginning. We saw that in the beginning of the first episode. He gets out. So he had to have been getting out within minutes before getting digested. Other than that,
like he couldn't have been in there that long.
He couldn't have been. Like he would have been digested. Like any stomach is going to digest pretty quick. Right. So where did every single person and like crashed vehicle go in that episode? Like it's from the movie, obviously. It's taking place right there.
It's supposed to be picking up right from when the movie,
right when Jabba dies,
right?
And they and when he gets knocked in there. So like I think I don't know if they just didn't want to add that or it just costed money for that to be added, but I don't know if it was just, I don't know. I'm confused on that. I wish they would have added something because he wouldn't have been by himself. First off, there would have been bodies around him, although there was a stormtrooper in there. There was a lot more than a stormtrooper out there that died. So we would have at least seen like one of the vehicles on fire. We didn't even get that out of it. So that's what I think pissed me off in the first episode. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he's not going to survive how many years is it? Like, or how many minutes is it?
Yeah, after he got swallowed. You had to be talking minutes.
Yeah, it had to have been minutes.
So then he gets out and the Tuscans find him. And that's the sand people. And then they start training. They start training him after, they get attacked by the train people.
Dude, I gotta say that fucking train, how they did that whole episode was so cool. How they built up to it, just from the training to the fucking teaching them. It was funny how they kept falling off the bikes, jumping in. Seeing that. And let's talk about when the lizard.
Oh God, how did
I'm like, okay, maybe the lizard like shows him like and follow. He has to follow it. No, it was funny. It was like, I think I might have swallowed it. It was like
crawled up. I thought it crawled up his nose.
Oh, it crawled up his nose. All right.
I think I might have swallowed your lizard.
Yeah, dude, that shit had me laughing, dude. Like,
so then he goes on his little trip or whatever.
It was like it's like a mini peyote trip. It was what it was. Or
so he trips and gets attacked by a tree and somehow brings back a limb of a tree, and that's going to be his new stick. And
but you got to think in the end of this, if you noticed it, did you see how they dressed him?
Yes.
Remember, all in black. That's how he appeared in The Mandalorian when they first saw him. That's exactly, he was in the Cape in the desert.
Oh yeah. You're right.
So it's coming in. This is where I put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, shit, like that's the exact thing he was wearing, and he had the cane, like so in The Mandalorian. So it's gonna meet up that way.
So is this pre-Mandalorian? I'm assuming.
It's building up to. It's the same timeline, but they just haven't met in the desert yet.
Well, the desert is in the past. So he's already been in the past. So that part's pre-Mandalorian. I think the present is post-Mandalorian.
You're right. Okay, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, well, in the present, he has his. We still haven't seen how he gets his.
Because at the end of Mandalorian, they show him taking the throne. Yeah. So that's present day, essentially.
So we just haven't seen between him in his like outfit now. He sees the Mandalorian in that outfit.
Yes.
And so he's in the throne in
Mandalorian. I wonder if that's going to come up somehow.
I think it will. And it'll just be a crossed path that we'll see.
Right.
I'm really hoping we'll get a cross path of both of them.
I think it will.
I'm gonna guess they're gonna have to. I'm seeing it headed that way, only because of the outfit is the exact same from when the Mandalorian sees him.
Yes.
So, or he keeps an eye on him in the desert. That's what was happening. Like Boba Fett was watching Mandalorian from a distance. So I'm excited to see how he gets his armor back. Because in the Mandalorian, at the end, he gets his armor back and he's on the throne.
Yes.
So at some point, we're going to see him get that. And those little guys, Jawas.
I think maybe that's what they're building up to link up with the Mandalorian.
I think so.
That might be what the whole...
Well, because this is what happened in the Mandalorian. The guy has Boba Fett's armor, and he's not really Boba Fett.
Yes.
So,
and that's how he gets it back.
And he says he wants that armor because you remember he made a bet with him.
Yes.
And he got his armor. He got that armor back. So we're gonna see that exchange. I bet, guaranteed.
That yeah. That'll lead up to that. I think you're right.
You're right, because in the Mandalorian, he won the armor back because the guy wasn't rightfully he's not a Mandalorian, or you know what I mean. He's not a bounty hunter.
Right.
So we're gonna see that exchange between.
When they took that train, bro, it was such a good scene.
Oh, it's one of my favorite, dude.
They're trying to jump on a train and they're missing, and like,
oh yeah, man,
it's such an inept group of train heist people.
Oh yeah, dude, but they were fucking taking him out in the.
And then they started taking him out. Once the one that's an all black got on the train. Oh, dude, you just see him walking up the train line, just taking him out.
I gotta say that's probably one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Just how badass that character is in training Boba Fett, and also just how he took care of everyone on the train, dude. You just see him walk through those people on the train, dude, fucking them up. And he was smart enough to look to see how to crash the fucking speeder right into it and jump into the fucking door.
Oh, it was yep.
Dude, such a good fucking episode. I'm really
and the
excited
introduction of the twins, that was cool. That's going to be I think that's going to be like the main.
I think so too.
How he gets to keep the throne or whatever.
I think so too. But that, they're easy to kill. I mean, obviously, Leia fucking strangled him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, strangled Jabba. But other than that, that fight's going to be fucking good, or however it's going to go down. And the mayor.
How many episodes are there? 7 episodes? I think there's 7 episodes total.
And we're only on 2, so it got really good really quick. Like a complete 180 from the first episode. Which
I like when the mayor's when they brought the mayor's bodyguard back to him, or before they brought the mayor's bodyguard assassin back to him. Mm-hmm. He was trying to get answers out of him, and she was "Oh, well, we'll give him." We'll drive him down into the hole with what the hell they call that thing?
I don't remember. Are you talking about from the movie though?
Yes.
I can't remember.
How does he call that thing?
I just remember that fucking Luke killed it with a rock.
Yes.
Well, hitting the button.
It was just on the tip of my tongue too. God damn it.
There's a name.
So she drops it. They drop him into the pit and they're opening the door, and he's like, "All right." She's like, "There's nothing in it."
It was the mayor sent me. It's a little rat. That's all it was. It was a little rat, dude.
Oh god,
fucking hilarious.
What the hell's the name of that thing?
But right where I saw him become badass, like Boba Fett, is when they took the train down. This is where I started like Boba Fett more and more. In this one, is when he gave like how he fucking handled it perfectly instead of killing them.
Yes,
he fucking said he was gonna kill them based on the answer that he gets from them.
Yes,
dude. Right there, I'm like, okay, I really like this fucking episode with Boba Fett in it now.
Yeah, I think it's gonna work out good. I think it's gonna be a good series.
I think it's gonna be a great series, and it's gonna set it up hopefully for something else.
Well, they got like Obi-Wan coming out, and I think they're doing
Obi-Wan.
Han Solo, and Chewbacca.
That would be fucking awesome.
Like the story of how they.
It's just Chewbacca growing up, and all we hear.
He's just raising like a weird looking bear, and I'm like,
oh my god. Other than that, dude, there's gonna be some good fucking Star Wars shit coming out.
They got a bunch of it coming out.
I gotta say that, dude, this one blew me away with the fucking second episode for sure.
You know what's hard about continuing to keep doing all this? Like, I feel like everything fucks with something else. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, all they gotta do is like change one thing or overlook one thing, and it changes another part of the story. You know, and like the backstory or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's
I think the reason why I like these so much is because of instead of remaking something or remastering it, they're just making it an original.
Yeah.
So it makes it that much better. I would hate to see like, oh, let's redo Star Wars, even though like, you know what I mean? They already kind of, I really liked like Force Awakens. Like I say, all those were great, but they weren't like the originals. And I mean, that kind of sucked, but other than that,
yeah, the originals are so good.
They're amazing.
They were like ahead of their time, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they could have got rid of Jar Jar Binks. I mean, that one could have never shown up, and I would have been happy. But that's where it started. Like, I'm like, about Star Wars after that. But they killed it. They're better. The new ones are better than the Jar Jar Binks and like that kind of. They didn't even need to add them, to be honest, in my opinion. Sorry, anyone who likes him.
You need Jar Jar, bro.
Kylo Ren is fucking awesome. I'll go for that. Like, I really like the story about that. But
Jar Jar just minding his own business.
Finn. I think Finn was pointless. Finn is done with Star Wars, I believe. They didn't even give him a role in pretty much a role in that last movie. They made him in Force Awakens have like a really good role, and he could have gone somewhere and done something. But yeah, I'm getting off topic with my opinions. But
this is the most ADD podcast you'll ever listen to in your life.
Always. You should have just called it the ADD podcast. Son of a bitch.
We really should have, bro. Speaking of ADD, I found the most to me it's the most amazing weird fact, and I don't know if it's true, but they call it a fact, so I'm gonna go with it as true.
Okay. I want to hear this. Oh.
It's going to resonate with some people, and some people aren't going to really care, but it's amazing to me. All right, so Richard Feynman, you may have seen this. Richard Feynman was a theoretical physicist, mainly working in like quantum mechanics and that kind of stuff.
Okay,
so pretty popular guy if you're into science. You've heard of him or know him. So there's a weird fact, and again, it's only a fact because it says it's a weird fact, that he was so into cocaine that he would give it to his friends and family as gifts. I don't know if that's true, but I really want it to be true.
It probably is.
You know how funny that is to me? Like, I don't know. Imagine your mom comes over and you just give her an 8-ball. Like,
well, I guess we just have to look up like pictures and videos of him. And if he's all geeked out in every interview he's ever done, he's probably doing cocaine.
He's wide-eyed in every picture that you can find of him. I don't know why that fascinated me so much.
Is he dead now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's probably
it was
it's probably cocaine. You know what I mean?
The heart exploded or what?
Yeah.
Oh God, that is amazing.
It's a pretty weird fact.
I don't know.
You're right.
Why.
It was a weird fact.
I'm telling you, and I don't know if it's true. So don't be emailing me and telling me that he was a great scientist and he would never do that. I don't know. I'm just telling you what the thing said.
You're gonna get the whole science community after
I
you.
hope. Neil deGrasse Tyson's messaging me. Fuck stupid. Listen,
that would hurt me inside. That would hurt me.
Oh God.
Oh,
that's funny.
That
you ever heard of Baba Vanga?
I've never heard of it.
Baba Vanga was a blind like medium or whatever you want to call her, like a psychic. Okay. She's from the Balkans, and she was famous for making predictions of things to come, kind of like a Nostradamus, but a much more recent. Like I think she died in like mid 90s or whatever. So she died at 85 years old. She was old. Oh, okay. So she was just a blind woman that would go around and just, I don't know, make shit up or something. I don't know. But I found some of her predictions for 2002 or 2002. I was
2022.
2022.
Do you have any of the predictions that she had previously and that they came true? Or is it just current?
No, she's ISIS. Supposedly she predicted the rise of a terror group with the name of ISIS.
Wow.
She predicted Brexit, which is the whole thing going on over there. Apparently she claimed that the 44th president of the United States, who turned out to be Barack Obama, would be black. However, she also said that he or she would be the last president, which that wasn't necessarily true. Oh
my God. Well, she has to be wrong sometimes.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Talk about predictions, dude. Oh, no. Go on with 2022. I want to hear them.
All right. So this is what her predictions are for 2022. Blah, 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 blah. Virtual reality will take over in the coming year. Will
fucking grow, truth, man.
I have heard and reading about like predictions and stuff. It's on everybody's predict. That's like the only thing everybody agrees on is that AI is going to advance beyond your imagination. And
this is why I preach to people that fucking virtual reality is going to be bigger than what everyone thinks, man.
Yes.
The fucking metaverse is going to expand so fast. And if no one gets in early with investing, you're going to be out. Like everything is going to be super expensive in the metaverse. If you don't fucking invest now or get a grasp of it, read about it and learn, and you'll see.
It's still super confusing to me. I've been trying to like get
and this commercial concludes Oculus too. You know what I mean? Just saying.
Brought to you by Oculus Quest 2.
Exactly.
We better be getting a check for this.
God, right? I'm telling you, man, it's the next fucking thing. So I'm gonna agree with that prediction. I'm gonna say
it's on everybody's list. It's on everyone's list.
True,
so
dude. So true.
And I think we can see that coming, whether it's necessarily this year or not. I don't know. But so another one she's got is another pandemic, this time discovered in Siberia, that is caused by a frozen virus that will be released by climate change, the melting of the ice caps and all that. Whatever.
That's very fucking possible. Because of, you ever heard of that like Russian scientist or whoever was that found that million-year-old fucking virus that he injected into himself?
Yes.
And he thought it was gonna like make him live forever or something.
Did you hear that? Like, and he died immediately.
Right? It didn't kill him, but like he thought like it was gonna like make him live pretty much for like triple the amount of time a regular person would live.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to be that old. I mean, you couldn't even fucking lift your hand without breaking it.
So let's see here.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with both of those. I'm not gonna say it might happen in 2022, but I bet you something like that will happen down the road with global warming and viruses unthawing because some of them, I mean, viruses can last a long time.
Maybe. I mean, do they die if they're frozen? I don't know.
No. We got to think by what we get, like for the coronavirus vaccine. Those, they freeze them. Like when I went to go get mine, I went in and like, oh yeah, they're all frozen right now. They're gonna thaw in the next hour and a half, so you can come back and get one. I'm like, okay, that's weird, but I just learned a new thing. They freeze. They freeze them.
Yeah,
so they can survive. They can survive.
So another prediction is many cities will face water shortages that will result in political consequences as alternative solutions are used.
They moved the water supply to Gatorade.
What?
It's Idiocracy. You've seen that movie, right?
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie, dude.
Water is no longer water, it's just Sprite or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fruit punch. But I wouldn't say cities like in America. I mean, you got fucking, Africa, and you got all those other places that
don't. You look at like California and the desert and stuff like that. Like it does, it doesn't.
Maybe Nevada.
Very often. Yeah,
you never know.
So another one. I hope this is true. The invasion of Earth by aliens.
Thank you.
The invasion of Earth by aliens with the arrival of an asteroid. I'm hoping that happens. I have some questions.
Hopefully the asteroid's not terribly big. And did you hear, by a chance, did you hear about in the news January 21st or 11th? I forgot what one it was. That like a massive asteroid is passing Earth by like not a lot. I mean, it's not far, dude. We'll probably be able to see it in the sky.
I heard something about
that's how close it's coming by our atmosphere.
I think I read that it was supposed to be closer than they
originally. It's closer than the moon.
It's further away than I thought, but it was originally supposed to be like a lot closer or whatever. But still,
it's closer than the moon, so it's going to be in eyesight. You're just going to have to see it at the. I don't know if it's going to be. Hopefully, it's not at night, and maybe we could see it, but it's pretty fucking big, and that would be
cool to see.
That would fucking kill us.
Yeah,
I think it's like a planet. It's a planet.
Come on, asteroid.
It's a world. It would destroy the world.
My luck, the asteroid would come, destroy the world, and then have aliens on it. I'm like, now
and they would still call us into work. So
I'm gonna need you guys to come in.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But yeah, there's an asteroid that's it's gonna be passing Earth in the next couple of days, and it's massive, dude.
No, Nostradamus. Back to the first ones. Nostradamus was obviously everybody knows who Nostradamus is.
Yeah.
Like he predicted the rise of Hitler and the JFK shooting, and like he predicted all kinds of crazy shit. He's also talked about artificial intelligence a bunch of times. About
really,
yeah, about it. Not they didn't give exactly a time frame, but that AI would come, in a big way.
I'm wondering if AI is going to be. I don't think AI. I don't know how to put it, but I don't think AI will take over us.
No,
they will take all of our jobs because of
they took our jobs.
Exactly. All it is going to be people fucking. And
listen, they can have my job. They can have my job right now. I dare you.
I know.
I dare you, pussy.
But I'm guessing like it'll be a bad thing for that reason.
Well, there's already a lot of things that they're doing
at like Walmart.
You go to like McDonald's. Yeah, you go to McDonald's and they just have like the order boards now. You just order like from the board, and you have people making it still, but they have robots that do like burger flipping and shit now too.
They're gonna have them making them. You know what I mean? They're gonna have it like in like 20 years. I bet you there's gonna be no one fucking working at those places.
Yeah, a lot of it'll be.
But that's gonna bring a lot more homeless people. You know what I mean? Job wise, like they're getting rid of all the cashiers, like even Publix.
Well, the problem is
The
problem is you have to replace those jobs with something, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what is somebody working at McDonald's?
Why is there so many people holding signs out of McDonald's? No, those are just the workers now. That's all they do.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not just like McDonald's jobs, but like, any cashiers, cashiers at Walmart and people that aren't, college educated people or whatever.
Yeah.
And don't have like a trade that, needs to be done. Like, what do those people do?
Yeah. Like there's going to be so many of them out of jobs that like those
I
people.
think there'll be a big push for like education and stuff at some point. And, they'll be laying down.
I think it will be the opposite way. I think later on people are just going to realize that college is just a chore. You don't need it. Like you can learn anything you want with Google. Anything you want. You just have to be willing to have the discipline to do it. So I mean, it's all it is.
I mean, does an 18-year-old kid working at McDonald's have the drive to?
But there's also another 18-year-old kid that made Ethereum that is a billionaire.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
because he learned how to do that.
For everyone that makes $1 billion, there's 100 million that make cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
well, and they fuck that up too. So that you couldn't even. I mean, you know what I mean? Listen, but those are the kind of people that don't.
I just wanted 6 nuggets. Why do I have 5? That's all I want to know. Like it's not this hard. It's basic math.
Yep. Those kind of people.
What part of no pickles didn't you get?
Exactly. Those are the people that just don't want to put any effort into it. They're the ones that are losers and they think they should be winning. Right. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
But like, what do those people do? You know what I mean? When those menial jobs,
not all of them. I'm not saying everyone. I'm saying there's a huge crowd of them.
Yeah, there's there's people like that for sure. I mean, it's just like there's people that won't go back to work from being on unemployment all this time. Yeah, like there's shitheads in every aspect of in every business and all that stuff. But what do the uneducated people do? Like, I didn't go to college, but I have a trade, and at some point that might be able to be taken over by robots, but I think there'll always be, probably in my lifetime, there'll always be a need for a human intervention. But there's a lot of jobs that you don't need human intervention for anymore. That you won't need a human intervention for.
Yep.
Or that can be controlled by one guy at a computer desk. You know what I mean? Like,
and then all of it, everything else is automated. You know what I mean?
And everything's going to be sure.
And then there's going to be like those 5 people that take care of everything.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
The automated is going to bring you to someone else. Like that is, that's where the human comes in, where that person's probably still at a desk, not doing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
it'll be interesting. It's going to be I'd say probably the next 20 years are going to be super interesting.
It's gonna be crazy to see where it goes.
I just want to see something cool in my lifetime. Like, I figured, I don't know, I got another good 25,
we were born too 30. Late to explore our world first. Yes. And we're born too early to explore worlds.
Cool shit. To see
cool, you know what I mean? We're in the middle where it sucks because of like Christopher Columbus and all them explored everything.
Yes. Well, everything they did
was like the first time ever.
Was like the first time. You know what I mean?
So, and then we're too early for space exploration to be like, we're going to a new planet to live. Like, we're still looking for that. So it really sucks.
I found a cool article about the SpaceX Mars city that Elon
being built.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute, but let me finish this list. Okay. Famine in India due to a drop in temperatures that will result in locusts attacking crops.
Holy shit.
I think that kind of happens now.
Yeah, it could probably happen a lot. I would see that happening on every Thursday. You know what I mean?
More. I think
I'm just saying I could see it.
More earthquakes and tsunamis with intense bouts of floods in Australia and parts of Asia. I've seen that several times.
Well, that shit's happening.
A lot of predictions and stuff like that about coming weather events in like Australia and parts of like Eastern Asia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So something's going on there. But so she's made some other predictions that are not necessarily 2022, but future. Like global hunger will be eradicated between 2025 and 2028.
I could see that.
China will take over the U.S. as a superpower.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen.
On this track, it should happen. The way we're going,
right?
It's definitely going to happen. Polar ice caps will melt from 2033 to around 2045, and ocean levels will rise around this time. Okay.
Eventually, we'll be all living in pods under the water.
All right. I'm going to the moon, bro. Or I'm going to Mars. Doctors will be able to cure any disease with cloning technology.
You ever seen the movie The Island?
I believe that's probably true.
You ever see the movie The Island?
Huh. Is that the one where they go and they like get younger?
No, they go there and everyone in the island is a clone.
Oh,
and
okay.
they don't know it.
Right.
And the guy that like runs it has his clone figure out that he's a clone. And they're only there in the island to harvest their organs for when they get sick or need them.
Nice.
It's good. Watch that movie. You actually really like it. The guy that plays Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's the main actor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. And it's really fucking good. Like, it's called The Island. It's a really good movie.
I believe doctors will be able to cure any disease. I think we can probably cure a lot more diseases than we let on. Maybe some of the stuff is still in like testing phases or whatever, but like stem cell research, like that is insane. Like when you read about stem cell research and the things they can do with it,
oh yeah, dude,
it's nuts, man. Like I believe
that'd be kind of cool one to get into and talk about it and actually read about it.
I believe that'll definitely be a thing where doctors will be able to use stem cells, and they already do to some extent.
Yeah.
The problem is it's either so in its infancy that they won't let them, use it because they don't really know yet. But some people do. I mean, there are doctors that use stem cell technology.
And they're 3D printing organs already. You know what I mean? How the fuck does that happen?
See, that's crazy. Like, how do you 3D print an organ?
They just successfully 3D printed a heart.
Yeah, but how does it pump? Like, it's got to do things. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to contract. It's got to be malleable. I don't know, man.
There's a guy now.
Maybe they put a pump in it or something, and like the heart just doesn't really move, but there's things inside of it that pump. Maybe
I could see it, or it'd have electrical pulses going to you. You probably have to have that run into you. People have that though.
Yeah,
like a pacemaker.
Yeah.
Another thing is like there's a guy right now living that doesn't even have a heart in him, and he has just fucking it pumps through fucking tubes. Isn't that crazy? Have you? I just saw that. It was actually in the weird facts on. I thought I was reading. There's a guy right now that was like he was given 12 hours to live, and they took his heart out and put an artificial pump in there, like just a pump.
Right.
Yeah, but how would they regulate blood flow? You know what I mean? As fast as it comes in, I guess that's how they're gonna judge as fast as it goes out.
I mean, it's probably gonna be just to his vital organs. Like, is he awake? Is he?
No, he's alive. Yeah, he's the first person with it. I read that.
Does he function? Like, is he?
Imagine punching him in the chest. Yeah, he's dead. Kink the line.
Just stand on his hose, like an oxygen thing. Like,
if you look it up, there's a guy that has and it even shows like the X-ray and everything of it inside of him. Like it's a fucking just a pump. It's really weird. I don't know if he's still like alive, but it looks like he is from what I read.
So let's see here. From around 2072, a classless communist society will thrive in hand with nature. I can believe that. Bunch of hippies running around. I can do that.
We'll be like dead by then.
Yeah, I hope. I don't want to live that long.
We'll be up there in the 80s. You know what I mean? 80s, 90s.
Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about, theoretically speaking, the person that will basically be able to live forever is alive right now. Is already born. And
we know his name, Jeff Bezos. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But they said that the first person that would be able to have unlimited, life.
I would like that I would like to give the opportunity to take that, but stay the same age.
Well, see, I don't know
aging my body, like not aging.
I don't know if it's if he means like it's in his body or his consciousness. You know what I mean? Like, I
have seen Chappie, the fucking movie, where they put the consciousness inside of a robot.
Right. Like, I don't know if that's what they're talking about, but like it wasn't really clear. But
you would think so. But, well, they're also talking about like They are finding a way to reverse your fucking body, as in aging.
Yeah, I've read that. They've been talking about that for years. I don't know if they're.
But you never know if that coincides with living forever.
Yeah. Oh, sure. So a colony on Mars.
Where's Tyler? He's in the baby seat over there. He is about 2.5 right now.
He went backwards.
Yep. Have you ever seen Benjamin Button? That was it. You know what I mean?
That's Tyler Button.
Exactly. But
he's really annoying as a baby. You thought he was annoying as an adult?
Let's drop him. Yep.
I've dropped him 6 times today and he won't go away.
Yep. But it's crazy to think about. Like, imagine living fucking forever. I mean, that would probably be torture in a way, but it also wouldn't be. Because there's
you think about it, so
you gotta have the right mindset to be like, okay, I'm gonna outlive every single person I know.
So yeah, like I think. So let's say someone's born this year, for instance. So it's 2022. So 100. Let's say they'll do 100, which most people will probably. That'll be 21, 22. Like, think about how much the world has changed in the last 100 years. And how far we've come.
Oh yeah,
it's insane to think about where we were 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like I look at my grandparents. My grandfather he was born in 1922. He was born 100 years ago, and
is he still alive?
No.
Okay,
but to hear the stories that he told and stuff like that, it was a whole nother lifetime ago. You know what I mean? Like, it's just insane how far we've come. And I've always said, like, the more we advance, the faster we'll advance. You know what I mean? Like, everything will happen more and more, and
very quickly.
We'll come up with better ways to come up with better ways, and come up with better ways, and it'll just be like a snowball effect to probably our detriment at some point. Somebody will do something stupid and wipe out half the civilization,
if not all of it.
Right.
But if an asteroid doesn't take us out. Or like something like a comet that comes around every fucking 500 million years, but yet it's coming.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And there's no way to stop it.
Right.
That's crazy to think about that. Like, anytime a fucking asteroid that we just don't know that's there is fucking headed our way right now.
You're just sleeping and a fucking asteroid lands on your head.
God damn it. But man, I
finally fell asleep.
Imagine that kind of fucking, imagine, like, even if it was the size of a house. What kind of fucking damage that would fucking do?
There's a picture online, and I've seen it a bunch of times. It's a giant meteorite, but it's shaped almost like a boot type looking thing. And they compare it to the size of Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, city. Dude. Yeah.
And it's like 6 times the size of
LA. I saw that picture like the other day.
Yeah, that's insane to think about, something like that hitting the Earth.
That is a planet destroyer right there.
Yeah, you would have to assume that's immediate, death
for every single person on life in the world.
Right. And if it hits the water, there's just going to be massive tsunamis, and it'll just flush everybody off the Earth, into the water.
Yeah. Oh, we'd all be dead.
Yeah.
It would literally kill everyone.
Yeah. So the last one that they got for is the universe will end in 5079. That's a long time. It's 3,000 years. That seems like a very short amount of time.
I don't want to believe that one.
I don't think that's probably. I don't know.
I don't think that's true. I don't think it'll happen.
Something could happen to change. I mean, the universe will end. I don't think the universe will end. I think the Earth could be. Something could happen on Earth, and it would no longer be around. Or humanity.
It's crazy knowing that the Earth, that it's eventually going to get to 1579 or 5079.
Well, you think about it, the Earth's fucking 6 billion years old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
just imagine. Yeah, you're right. That many years is not a lot considering.
Yeah, 5,000 years is
fucking not even a fucking, not even a sliver.
That's not a blip on the radar, But you look at like ancient regions of the world and ancient societies and stuff like that, like the Incans and shit like that, the Mayans and stuff like that.
Like, the timeline is crazy to think about.
Right. I mean, some of these civilizations are around for thousands of years, and then just gone. You know what I mean?
Like those fuckers used to play sports, and if you lost, you killed yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's like it was an honor to do it.
Now you get a trophy if you lose.
If you lose, the losers are winners as well.
You get a trophy.
But like those fuckers would kill themselves, and like for like a ritual, as in we lost. Now I'm gonna shove this sword through my stomach. Like
I think that's more of a Japanese.
That was the Mayans. That was the Mayans.
Oh yeah, the Mayans were.
That's what they did.
Yeah.
Like when I went and I did I went into like the Mayan temple.
They took shit way too seriously, bro. It's just a game,
man. The game they play was pretty fucking hard too. Like I don't know if you've ever gone.
Listen, if I know there's a chance I'm gonna die if I suck at something, I'm not playing the hardest game I can find. You know what I mean?
This game's pretty fucking hard.
I'm playing, bowling VR against you, where I know I'm gonna win, and then
when I walk through near the Mayan temple, it's like you're going through this courtyard kind of, but then there's two little concrete stone hills like this that are balanced like side by side, right, but they're spaced apart like this, and then there's like holes that are like rings kind of, and they have to hit the fucking ball off of that and into that, and with your feet bouncing it off and hitting it in there. You lose, you're fucking dead. I'm sorry, but we're probably all gonna fucking lose.
And you're all gonna die.
Dude, crazy shit that they would do back like that far back.
That's pretty insane.
That shit was normal. It was like another Tuesday to them. It was. Like if you read about it,
it's Tuesday, who's gonna die?
Mm-hmm. And they were happy to do it.
I'll go. Oh wait, but, no, I won't.
Other than that, let's get the talk on. You said you had something about Mars.
Oh yeah. So I found an article about the caption is SpaceX Mars City, the launch schedule, key build dates, and how to get there. He's very optimistic about Elon Musk is very optimistic about this Mars City. Like, so his the longstanding vision of establishing a city on the red planet, it would be self-sustaining, would be home to 1 million people, and would transform humanity into a multi-planet species. It is perhaps Musk's most ambitious goals. One of them could keep him occupied for the next 3 decades. I don't think it's going to take 3 decades.
I don't think it will either, because of we're advancing so fast.
Right. That's what I think.
We're adapting.
Yeah, and I think the more we learn, the faster we can adapt, and the more we adapt, the faster we can adapt again. And I think that we can. I think probably. Well, he's talking about. There's one thing that he was talking about, his first trip in 2022, maybe this year, like the first payload.
It's going to be Mars, sent there and have it with inventory there.
Right. So his estimation is it will take 1 million tons of cargo to build a self-sustaining city on Mars. That doesn't seem like a lot to me to build a city.
You ever think about tons? You ever think about how much we're actually taking off of our planet? Like, no matter what we build, everything weighs the same here. Like the whole planet as a whole weighs the same, but why are we're taking so much shit off of the planet? Like 1 million tons, you know what I mean? That's a lot. Like,
yeah, but is that a lot in comparison to the Earth, though? Like relatively speaking, is
yeah.
I mean, it's all relative, so it's like
I always thought about like, is it good for the planet? You know what I mean? I don't know if it affects anything. It probably doesn't, but like if you think about it, like we're taking a lot of fucking stuff off the Earth.
Yeah.
You never think about it that way. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
We're taking 100 million tons or 1 million tons, whatever it is. That's a fucking fuck ton that's off the planet now.
So
it's weird to think about.
The assumption is it will cost about $100,000 per ton to send cargo to Mars with the upcoming Starship. And that was
kind of weird considering that tag. Blue Origin charges like $57 million a ticket to go up for 5 minutes.
Well, now it's in its infancy, obviously, but
yeah, it's like 27 million or something.
Well, this is what I don't understand. It says that to put Mars City price tag at around $100 billion, which doesn't seem like a lot. No. I mean, it's a lot, but it doesn't seem like a lot when you're talking about a whole nother city. But at the high end, Musk estimates would cost around 10 trillion. Now there's a now I don't know if that's the government estimate, because that sounds like a government thing.
Yeah,
it's going to be anywhere from 100 billion to 10 trillion. You know what I mean? And
yep,
that sounds like we're going to fix Medicare, and it's going to be anywhere from 100 billion to 10 trillion. That sounds like a government math problem.
I would so go to Mars if I was given the opportunity. I would so do it.
So Mars only lines up with Earth every 24 to 26 months. So you only have that window.
Yep, to get there,
launch and get there
with the quickest time.
Yeah, with the quickest time, or you have to wait.
There's a window for it. Yep. But
my question is, what do they do with all the shit when it gets there? Like, no one's gonna be there to welcome them. Like, oh, put it over here. Like,
that's where I think, in my opinion, that from I was talking about the other day is the Cybertruck. That shit is gonna be meant for Mars, dude.
Probably. No,
it's right. Gonna be. It's meant. They're probably building it for Mars. You would think, like, that thing, the torque on that fucker, how much it can pull.
So there's a thing that I read. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's good. It's open thought. I bet you how he sent a roadster up in space. I bet you any money he's gonna be sending he's going to have an ad, or like he's gonna have a thing saying, yeah, we're putting fucking Cybertrucks on fucking Mars.
Yeah, well, I believe that, because they're completely electric, and
yeah, I guarantee it's gonna happen.
I don't know where he's gonna plug them in, but I guess
at that point, they're gonna have to somehow convert solar energy from the AC to DC that way. Really fucking good.
Part of what I read, and I'm trying to find it because it was really interesting. So, how will Elon Musk build a city on Mars? So, central to the plan is the Starship. This is fully reusable rocket currently under development in Texas, will enable SpaceX to send humans and cargo to Mars. The ship will be capable of launching over 100 tons or 100 people into space at a time.
Imagine how big that ship must be.
Now, this is cool. It uses a liquid oxygen and methane as fuel rather than rocket propellant used in Falcon 9.
So much cheaper.
Means explorers can fly to Mars, refuel using resources found on the planet, and fly back to Earth. The astronauts could even venture out further into space, building a planet-hopping network of refueling stations along the way.
Dude,
that is fucking cool.
It needs to happen like in 20 years. You know what I
mean? The infrastructure and the mind that puts that together is just insane. I mean, how do you work?
You would think it's science fiction, but those fuckers are doing it right now to figure it out. They're working day and night and getting paid day and night to fucking figure out how we're gonna do it and how
they say one of the
effectively we can do it.
One of the real problems is going to be communication, because you can't have real-time communication with Earth from Mars, because it takes around 20 minutes to send a signal to Mars, much slower than tens of milliseconds it takes to communicate, over the internet. So if something goes south,
they're going to have to figure a way to do it with light.
20 minutes is not like a retarded amount of time. If it took 2 weeks, then yeah, that's a problem. But 20, I mean, listen, what's going to happen in 20 minutes that you're going to be able to fix from, a billion miles away? Nothing. Yeah. Nothing's happening in 20 minutes. So I think that's probably a safe amount of time to.
They're going to have to figure out a way to fucking do it. Like, there's got to be a way, and they got to stop thinking about like radio. I mean, I guess radio, that's how they're going to have to do it. But at the same time, like, figure out a way, like, how light travels fucking fast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
know. 8 minutes is what it is from the sun. Like that, we see the light.
Right.
So if there's a way to figure out how to like just make things speed of light, I can make it happen.
So the trip would take a few months, depending on the rocket, but it would take a few months to get there. So I mean, that would be a
few months. Doesn't take.
That would be That would be a sketchy ride, boy.
Doesn't it take 8 months to get to Mars?
It's a few months depending on the rocket.
I
guess it depends on
the
technology.
capability then. Yeah. But usually I think it takes like 8 months to get there.
Right. I don't know. It's the whole thing is just it's the idea is insane, and to think about it would be even more insane.
Imagine when we're doing it, how insane it's going to be.
So they're thinking that. So Musk claimed in 2019 that a return ticket cost around $500,000 initially, dropping to $100,000 over time. So
it's not a lot.
The goal is to get a ticket price around the median prices of the median price of a house in the United States. Mm-hmm. That would mean that you could sell your house and go to Mars. You know what I mean? Like you could use that money and go to Mars.
Would you do it? Okay, let's just say
I wouldn't be the first one.
There was already a population there of 100,000,
yes,
and they're living fine.
Yes, I would do it.
I would do it too.
Another interesting thing they're talking about is another option Musk suggested.
Imagine if they got a psychopath to go. You know what I mean?
You're not supposed to tell them, bro. It's gonna be the secret.
Oh man,
I'm gonna be the only asshole on Mars.
Oh man, where did we get this guy?
Everybody else is all serious, like and I'm just being the asshole. And oh god, it wouldn't be good.
It would be so awesome to go there, but it would be so bad if there's just an annoying person with you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna cut his airline. Oh man.
Let
me tell you. So they're talking about maybe you'd be able to get a personal loan. And the interesting thing would be that you could get the loan. The visitors would pay off the loan by getting a job to help fill the city's labor shortages.
Fucking genius.
So that's what they did in like the 19th century when American companies, they would buy towns or build towns around their businesses, and people that worked for your business would, a lot of like coal mining companies do that, and gold mining companies do that. They'll buy the whole fucking town.
Oh yeah, dude.
You work for 12 cents a day and free housing. You know what I mean? Like that's what they did.
Yep.
So that would be,
I just hope we find something fucking awesome that the rover hasn't caught on Mars.
Yeah.
Like I just want to hopefully like a cave, you know what I mean? Of some kind of civilization that used to be there.
So his thought is it would be possible to make a self-sustaining city on Mars by 2050. That would be 30 years. He thinks that he could have it done.
That's gonna suck. Hope it's
there was something that they were talking about. So this is pretty interesting. The current surface temperature on Mars is an average of minus 63 degrees Celsius or minus 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Musk's idea is to heat up the planet's poles to release stores of frozen carbon dioxide, and this would be used a series of continuous low fallout nuclear fusion explosions to act as artificial suns.
You send a nuke in the northern hemisphere and the southern. And you fucking
but you'd have too much fallout, so you'd have to do something that didn't have a lot of like radioactivity and shit like that. So the idea would be to use the carbon dioxide the idea would be to use the carbon dioxide stores to create a more hospitable atmosphere. That way humans could walk around the planet just using like a breathing apparatus. Like you'd be walking around like Scuba Steve.
Exactly.
Scuba Steve.
All right, where'd you get this guy? Send him home.
Oh god. See, that's why I can't be in charge of projects like this, bro.
Like it would just suck. Be like, yeah, you're in trouble. No, you're banished off the planet.
It's a good
thing. Don't send me back to Earth. Don't send me back to Earth.
You're the brains, and I'm just the asshole that says weird shit. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know if you ever heard of the game Halo.
Just like this.
Imagine if they made a ringed planet. It'd be insane. You'd have to figure out gravity, but I mean, they're already on their way to do that really well.
The question about not enough CO2.
And an atmosphere they'd have to create.
Right. So the problem that they think is that there's not enough CO2 remaining on Mars to provide significant greenhouse warming, where the gases to be placed into the atmosphere. So I don't know. You'd have to. Now we want global warming. A minute ago it was bad. Now we want it.
Oh my God. You're one of those.
Just send Americans up there. We'll ruin the whole planet.
Or what if they can direct a asteroid to hit it?
To crash it.
You never know. They can land things on asteroids.
They get the city built, and 11 minutes later, an asteroid fucking destroys it.
Right? We don't
just
even.
bland.
I wonder if they know the paths of asteroids on Mars.
I'm sure they do, because something so close to us. I think they're watching all those. Anything that's relatively close to us, they keep an eye on.
Yeah.
They have like a whole system that they use for tracking.
Well, they also got the fucking planets that they think that would be livable on, and the moons of Saturn.
There's like a planet. Yes, there's a moon. Oh man, I think it was Venus or Neptune that they believe is all ice.
Pluto.
But when they take a closer look at it, they see that there's cracks in the ice and it's been refrozen, which means there has to be moving water under it. So the thought process is that under that layer of ice, there's an ocean, basically.
Guaranteed.
So, right. So there has to be some form of moving water on this planet to be able to have the topographical features that they have.
Yeah.
It has. So if there's water, one would assume that there is some form of life,
mm-hmm.
Like in our ocean. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's cool to think about.
Obviously, it's not about what kind of animals.
So, I mean, I don't know if it's it's a habitable planet. I mean, anything with water is probably habitable for all intents and purposes. If it's
just they wouldn't have to survive on oxygen.
Right.
They'd be surviving.
Well, I don't know. I mean, is there oxygen in that water? Like, water is oxygen. You know what I mean? Like, it's part oxygen. So there would have to be some form of oxygen on that planet, you would think.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. And there's like what was it? The most habitable planet they've found so far, I think it's called Kepler B.
Yeah.
That's like as closest to Earth as you can get it.
That's what they say.
So I think that's like the end. That's like the goal to get there. Like, imagine if there's dinosaurs on there.
We fucking land and some T-Rex takes our shit. Like, bro, I'm just visiting, bro.
We would not be the apex predators.
No, we're not.
Crazy.
Isn't that planet like really red or something?
It's reddish, yeah. Reddish.
Yeah.
But that's like it's close.
I briefly read something about.
What's cool is I'm hoping with the James Webb Telescope that's out there now that it can look at that planet.
I was going to bring that up. I think they actually just opened like the whole sun.
They did.
The sun thing or whatever.
It's today, completely open now.
Open.
I'm following like this person online that always has info about it. Man, it's completely open now. But it's gonna take like 30 days to really get ready, I guess, for it to start actually working. Right. But when that happens, man, we're gonna see some changes. Can't wait for that. But if it looks at Kepler B, like
I just want some alien to land on it and like it'll be like a bug on your windshield. And he just splats on the camera and he's just stuck there. So all you see is like a bug explode on the lens. And you just spent
no wiper.
It's just like a giant space mosquito splattered all over the lens.
Thank God they don't have those.
Well, you don't know that. We ain't found them yet.
Exactly. But
it's
gonna be insane to see what that thing fucking picks up. Like the first images from it, it's gonna be fucking ridiculous.
That's the shit I think about.
The space bugs.
Is that a booger on my own lens?
Oh.
All right, who wiped the booger on the lens before we shipped it up?
You're definitely not going to Mars.
Oh God. That'd be great.
You're this. Yep, you'd be the psychopath on Mars. Yep.
Listen, it'll be fine. Trust me. What's the worst that could happen?
So next scene is you with a rock on Mars smashing someone's head.
I'm sucking the air out of your lungs.
Yep. Let's see it.
I'm gonna crack you open. What's that from? I'm gonna crack you open and suck the. What the hell's that from? It's from a movie. It's from a movie we've watched because we've talked about it. Well, not that scene, but what the hell is?
I don't know what movie you're talking about.
I'm
really good with quotes.
The guy's like, "I'll crack you open and suck." Oh no, it was, you know what it is? It was a Big Bang Theory. They were, him and Sheldon and Raj were like in an underground tunnel, getting ready, like a sewer system.
Yeah.
Training for some crazy experiment or something they were trying to get to go on.
Yeah.
And Sheldon's like, Raj is like, "You all right?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He goes, "I'm just thinking about cracking you open and sucking the air out of your lungs."
Oh my God. I'll have to watch it. I was just talking about, I really want to watch The Big Bang Theory all over again.
I
haven't watched every episode, but I've seen majority of them.
I just turn it on and let it run, man. Like if I'm doing something or whatever, I just start
the background music of them talking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
I've seen every episode so many times that I know what's going on.
Oh yeah,
but it's I love that show. It's so funny, man.
Great fucking show. It's one of the best shows they've ever made, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the humor in it and the people in it, good fucking show. Other than that, there's a lot going on. I can't wait to see what we do with space exploration. That has got me. I mean, so intrigued on what's gonna fucking happen.
That satellite opening up and looking around. That's gonna be cool to see what we see. Think we'll see anything that we don't already know what's out there?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think we'll see things that they might hide from us.
Well, I want to. Well, but we probably already have that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what pisses me off. I want to know what that is.
I know.
You don't gotta tell everybody. Just email me. Like,
imagine being the person that gets to know that information.
I know.
Fuckers.
Well, they're talking. I was watching a show on aliens, and they're talking about, like, they don't even tell the president these things.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things they don't tell the president because the president's only in power for 4 to 8 years. So
yeah,
super sensitive, classified information. They don't tell him because there's people that have been.
He's not going to be in power forever. So
well, exactly. So he's best case scenario is 8 years. So he doesn't even know all that stuff.
And the people that sign contracts with like Area 51 and all that, they have contracts not talk about it for life.
Oh, I found a list. It's probably too late to go into it now, but I found a list of the 30 most shocking government secrets. Some of them are pretty funny.
Oh, you can go through a couple at least.
I
think we can break it into the next episode.
All right. Which this we already kind of know. The pentagram.
You son of a bitch.
Listen, you're the brains. I just do some funny stuff once in a while.
Oh my God.
Right? The Pentagon does have a UFO program, which I think we already knew that, but among some of the I did it again. Pentagon's most secretive programs is the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. The program was dedicated to investigate reports of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, but for years it was never formally acknowledged by the Department of Defense. The agency claims the program stopped receiving funds in 2012. However, many people believe it still operates to this day. Of course it does.
Guaranteed.
There's no way the government stops spending money on something. There's just no way.
No.
Like, I don't care if it's been a complete failure and they've never seen a UFO ever. They're still spending money on it because someone is getting paid.
Someone is.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You'll never convince me that the government just said, "Okay, we're done spending
we have
money
for a space force." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's money being spent for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This one's actually pretty interesting. Apple's top secret iPod. According to former Apple software engineer David Shire, the tech company worked with the U.S. Department of Energy on a covert project back in 2005. The special iPod was allegedly supposed to act as a Geiger counter by testing radiation levels in the air. He shared in tidbits. You could walk around a city casually listening to your tunes while recording evidence of radioactivity, scanning for smuggled or stolen uranium, for instance, or
Damn.
evidence of a dirty bomb development program, with no chance that the press or public would get wind of what was happening.
That's insane, dude.
That is pretty insane.
That's cool as shit, though.
I think they already have that. I think that's out. I think
someone has a device like that.
Yes. Somebody has that, without a doubt.
That's a pretty fucking cool fact.
So this one we obviously probably already knew. So the FBI was tracking Bigfoot. Apparently, the FBI really does have a file on everyone, including mystical creatures like Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Deep within the FBI's Freedom of Information Library, you can track down the agency's file on Bigfoot.
That's fucking awesome.
Files are released only when a subject is deceased, which not only points to the figure being real, but also suggests that the agency believes it is dead. Or killed it. Yeah. That's interesting.
Killed it. That's fucking cool to think about. I was just watching a Bigfoot documentary last night. That's
actually really interesting. So I wonder if they actually found one. That wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't.
If Bigfoot is real, I guarantee the government's found one. Because, a bunch of
probably locked up and it's being strobe lights in front of its face.
A bunch of rednecks from Kentucky.
Now talk. You know what I mean?
A bunch of rednecks from Kentucky can find him. I'm pretty sure our, SEAL Team 6 can find him. If they're looking for him, they're going to find him.
Yep.
I've often thought that was interesting how if the government really wanted to find one, they would just, I don't know, send in.
I don't know. I'd use an infrared satellite and watch every movement. Have you ever seen Behind Enemy Lines? Yeah, that shit's real.
Like the shit they do.
It's a movie, but I imagine they have it. Like they have they could easily send a drone out there with infrared and okay, there's a heat signature right there. There's fucking Bigfoot, dude. He's knocking trees down. Like I could see it.
It's interesting that they only release things when a subject is deceased, which they're right would point to Bigfoot being real, or they had something that looked like a Bigfoot or something they considered a Bigfoot. That's fucking cool.
That's cool to know that they do that. Like when something's dead or deceased, they can release the files.
Right.
Or they will, not can.
Right. So the next one is the playing card escape. During World War II, the U.S. and Britain snuck Allied prisoners of war escape maps using playing cards. That makes sense.
That's
the papers containing detailed escape routes were hidden in between layers of the cards. The Geneva Convention stated Christmas care packages are allowed to be delivered to POWs, which is how the decks of cards went undetected. That's pretty smart.
That's fucking awesome. That's very smart.
Back in the day, I mean, that's all they had was cards. You know what I mean? Like, playing cards was like probably the biggest thing you could have then.
It's fucking cool to think about how they did it. Let's get one more and wrap it up.
All right. So the Navy UFO videos weren't supposed to be released. There are at least 3 videos released by the U.S. Navy documenting UFO activity. However, those videos were never supposed to have been leaked, along with a confirmation that the videos were taken by Navy pilots and captured unexplained aerial phenomena. The agency also admitted the footage was never intended for the public.
So glad it was, because now everyone has an idea that there's fucking aliens, dude.
Yes,
I love getting into the fucking alien topics.
But you see what I mean? Like, think of the shit that they know that they don't tell us.
Oh yeah.
Like
that just accidentally happened. We would have never known.
There's a bunch of these things. We gotta go through them next time we do a podcast.
Nice to bring up quite a few during a podcast. I like it.
Dope.
But other than that, I'd say wrapping it up. I'd say if you haven't seen Book of Boba Fett, definitely check it out.
Oh yeah.
Second episode's amazing. I can't wait for the third one. It's gonna take a week to get here, but until next time. But you guys have a great night. Check us out on YouTube. Post the videos live if you guys want to watch us while we have our conversations. Check us out on Apple Podcasts. Spotify is a great one to check us out at. Other than that, you guys have a great night.
Later,
guys.